evening, everybody. What's up, everybody? What's up, wrestling fans?
What a blast I had tonight. This show was 10 great all-round show. AEW is great for wrestling and I can't wait for next week and the week after that. They really keep me interested week to week.
Pretty good endorsement there coming in from Everyday Jam. Let me see if I can get that up there for you. Everyday Jam, I'll get that played again for you, man. My bad. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Cutting it close tonight, man. Holy shit. Everything about this week has been weird as shit. And tonight as well. I do have some I have some great things to say about AEW tonight. I have some great things to say about it. I've also got some negative things a little bit to say about it, but it was really a good show other than, you know what I mean, a few little things that I had a little bit of an issue with, but mostly, you know, it was exciting. At least one of the biggest things that I take away from tonight's AEW show is that, and what's up, everybody, is that, you know, at no time at least did I ever think like, wow, this segment, like, Jesus, you know what I mean? There was no like slow, just like, you know, the Miz segment in the middle of the ring or like weird whatever. Like it all seemed like it was supposed to happen. And it felt like a sports competition. That's part of what I liked and didn't like in some ways. But what I, you know, and even some of the things that they did in the back, you know, I thought could have been a little crazier with how them going up into the stands and stuff like that. A lot of people, some people upset about Cody Rhodes referencing WWE again. It's weird because, you know, we've referenced it for so long. How many times have we said, like, oh, the invisible force field, the ropes. Oh no, they better not go through those ropes to get each other, you know? Somebody just hit your wife in the face and then called you a swear, and then you stand on the ramp and the guy stands in the ring like, hey, these ropes, I just can't get through these. It's almost like Cody Rhodes has gone into our playbook of things that we complain about, and it's just crazy. It's just but you know, and I don't know what to say about that. People made a big deal about it on Twitter, and what I mean when I say that is people either said like, "Oh God, can they stop mentioning WWE?" and other people said like, "Yeah, that's fucking hilarious." I mean, honestly, I don't mind it because I think anything's on the table. And they are your competition, and you are the opposite of them. You are whatever they were, you are not. And you are, I mean, I guess it's kind of patting yourself on the back a little bit, so I kind of see, you know, why people are kind of like rolling their eyes at that a little bit. But overall tonight, I think you're going to find that tonight's show is going to be heralded as one of the top shows, if not the best show they put on so far. I think you're going to find that from some of the new wrestling purist people out there, a lot of the new millennial wrestling people out there, or people that just love the idea of wrestling in New Japan. A lot of the New Japan people are going to just love tonight. They're going to be so pumped up by this tonight. I tried to get coffee, man, but I was rushing because my wife was working on the bathroom all night long. It was fucking crazy. We're going to take phone calls in a minute. I know Skype isn't up yet. I know people are telling me Skype is not up yet. I understand that. So that is coming in just a minute, so don't worry. I will have Skype up. We will take your phone calls. I'm going to start by going through this show beginning to end here. Interesting commentary tonight. Did anybody else notice the commentary? There was a lot of weirdness. I don't know, bickering or like making fun of Excalibur a little bit. I mean, I don't know if anybody saw that. You know, even Tony Schiavone at one point had to say like, we're a team, you know. Hey, we're a team. Everything's good. But it was like they were like making fun of his big words and some of the things he was using, almost as if to say, hey, these are wrestling fans. They're Excalibur. Let's take it easy here. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed that, but yeah, I noticed that big time that he was being kind of like, I don't know if they were like messing with him a little bit, or they were like shitting on him a bit or whatever. But yeah, we'll get right into this. But let's hear from you guys a little bit here. I will replay this for you guys. Like I said, man, I'm sorry it didn't play right when the show started. My bad. Let's hear it. It's the brand new donation, baby. It's taking the world by storm.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Oh, God.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Average show. Dark Order is garbage. Can't believe the Street Profits lost. Time limit draws should not decide a main event. What was up with Brandy's Finger of Doom? Out of 10.
Yeah, that was weird. DC Derek, you kind of just named a lot of the bad stuff about the show. DC Derek, thank you so much, my friend, for that donation. You are a beast. The brand new Tommy and T. Oh, God.
Transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Oh, God. Harry Steve from Sexual Transylvania.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Good show from AU, but I don't know, there is something about it does not have me 100 fully invested. I can't put my finger on it. I mean, I enjoyed the show though.
That's kind of how I felt, Harry Steve. Like I said, I think it was really good as far as wrestling goes. Like, they had so much action, so much wrestling. There was so much stuff nonstop that was going on. And we'll get back to a few of these in a minute. Thank you, DC Derek. And thanks to everybody who was hitting me up during my my stream earlier today. That was cool as well. But yeah, let me pull up the card of what we saw here tonight, so I can get it rolling. And I'll get Skype pulled up here in a second for you. Don't want to pull it all up at once, or we know the computer will fucking freeze itself, so we don't want to do that. But the show started right off the bat. I don't know if you guys saw the AEW beginning, the Dynamite opening, the intro. I didn't see that. I don't know if it was just me, just my app. I was watching on the YouTube TV app because I was mobile at the time, walking around the house doing something. So I was kind of like looking at it like this. So maybe I missed it because of that. I'm not sure. Somebody could tell me that I'm crazy. I did not see an opening tonight. The Dynamite, and then the I didn't see any of that. I just saw fucking, and here we go, the tag team match is starting. So I don't know if that's me, or if that's something that, you know, that was going on, or like I missed something. Anybody wants to let me know about that, feel free to do it, because I didn't notice. Private Party and the Lucha Bros started this thing off with a just car crash, insane, just beast mode, hyped up, exhilarating, and exciting tag team tournament match to see who goes on. The whole tag team tournament, we believe, was thrown off by the fact that we had the injury to Luchasaurus, so we really thought that things changed once the Luchasaurus injury happened, and that may be very much what happened. That could be why they had the Lucha Bros attack SCU, so they could build this little bit of a story in here. I really desperately wonder what the game plan originally was. Originally, we thought the game plan was for the Dark Order to make it to the end because they got the bye, so we figured that was part of the reason why, and that they would end up facing the Lucha Express, or the Prehistoric Express, or whatever the hell they call themselves. There were funny times during the first match where Jim Ross just kept saying, well, that's fine, but eventually somebody's got to get a pin. Somebody's got to go for a pin. Somebody's got to go for something. And I felt the same way. It's like, are you guys doing a fucking ballet show, or are you going to, like, try to win a match at some point? Are you done, like, doing aerial assault moves all over the place, or is this going to be a match? Or, like, does someone want to pin somebody? Does someone want to tag in? Like, are you, like, what are you doing? You know, so psychologically, the match was it was up and down. There was a bit of a sportsman-like thing, like where it was like, you know, watch what we're going to do. You know what I mean? We're going to go nuts to beat you. We're going to go crazy to defeat you here in this match. But it was just a little bit, car crashy, fucking flip all over the place. But it was really exciting. It was long. I felt it was almost 3 to 4 to 5 minutes too long for an opening match, but at the same time, I don't care. It was a good match, so whatever. I would much rather what we saw tonight on AEW than anything that WWE's been doing. Like, so much better. So much better than anything like that we normally see. So, like, whatever. If you want to do flips all over the place and car crash, tag team wrestling to open up the show, hey, you got me. Sign me up for that, I guess. But it was just, there was a little bit of, I felt the need for some more. I mean, we did get a promo from Wardlow. But anyway, Private Party versus Lucha Brothers, opening up the night, just a fast-paced, like we said, high-flying, insane type stuff from these guys. Pretty cool stuff. I would say I gave that match an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? It didn't have any build. It was a tournament match, so it was something where you could do a lot of sport like that. Really liked the way the show opened up tonight with that. Again, like I said, I'm giving that definitely an 8 out of 10, and I will have the phone lines up in just a few minutes, and we will hear from you guys. And Jake DeMarco right now in the getting his surgery done that he needs, so he's going to be out a little bit. We'll figure it out. He may not be here, may or may not be here for out of nowhere tomorrow, so we'll figure that out. But that's something for later on down the road. See what you guys are saying.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Oh, God.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Easily tonight. Was feeling like a 8, but the ending with Moxley pulling the paradigm shift on the ref was perfect. I loved the segment with Cody ribbing on WWE's invisible wall shit. Loved that he broke that glass door with MJF's scarf. That was nice.
Yeah, man, the Soundwave. What up, Soundwave92? Thank you for the $7, man. You said a lot right there, and I do want to talk about it, so let me pause right here for a second. I'm so bummed out I didn't get my coffee. I'm really mad. You know what's funny? On WWE nights, it's like I need coffee like crazy. I must have coffee, Tonight, I forget my coffee. I mean, I didn't forget it. I didn't have time to make it. I didn't make any coffee tonight. And here I am sitting here with water. I don't even have Pepsi to like drink or something like that. And guess what? I'm awake. Holy shit, I'm awake. I can't believe it. Yeah, Soundwave, easily an 8.5. I was feeling it. Yeah, paradigm shift on the ref, kind of cool. Ran out of time. He was frustrated. He was really close to a pin. He couldn't get it after Pac attacked him. Pac attack. Hate that name, by the way, Pac. That's annoying. I love the segment with Cody ribbing on WWE's Invisible Wall. Yeah, see, that was a point of contention on Twitter. Some people really liked it, or some people really hated it. People were like, really fighting about that. Like, hey, shut up about WWE. It's like, are you really? Is everybody going to be triggered every time that they mention anything about that? I kind of like the reference in a way. It's totally a true reference, and it's sort of like a smart-ass comment, especially to somebody, Jericho, who spent the most time there. I think that was part of it, but we always talk about that invisible rope wall. It's like very lame and weird when a guy does something despicable to you and then stands on a ramp as you stare at him. But the thing is, like, I feel like you're still going to see that same thing. You may still see that in AEW, where a guy's in the ring and he's like, hey, he's just staring. I mean, what are you going to make the guy chase him every time? Unless you make that rule. I mean, you're going to end up doing it yourself, so it's going to come back to haunt you. But whatever. It's a weird comment that some people don't like, some people like. Whatever. We're all talking about it. That's probably a good thing right there. I like it because I'm a shit stirrer myself. I like to stir the shit. I like to talk shit. I like to mention people. I like to call people douchebags. I like to tell you that, hey, listen, I'm not a guy who came on YouTube and fucking tried to make it in Call of Duty and it didn't work, so I pretended to be a wrestling fan. I like to be a guy who tells you that I've done wrestling commentary for 10 years because I grew up wanting to do it and I've always done it and that's all I've ever wanted to do. I don't like, pretending like, oh, I just all of a sudden, this is what I always wanted to do when I stumbled upon it 2 years ago with a guy named Joe Cronin in Fall River, Massachusetts, and now I work for House of Glory, and I've just dreamed of this my whole life, even though my first time calling was 35. No, like, I dreamed of it my whole life. That's why I went to wrestling school. That's why I went to broadcasting school. That's why I went and I called wrestling matches, and I went to wrestling promotions, and I begged them, put me on commentary. You need somebody on commentary? I didn't wait till I was 35 and be like, oh, I guess I'll try it. You know what? I love this. Oh, I'm going to do that. I've dreamed. This was my dream, actually. Yeah, so I understand, like, talking shit about people when you mean something and you're passionate. So Cody Rhodes gets a pass from me on this. I couldn't give a damn. I love stirring the shit. Bring it on, man. Bring on all the stirring of the shit that you can. I don't give a damn. I find it entertaining. I don't care if somebody else doesn't and they're like, oh, stop mentioning them. Ugh. Like, fine. Whatever. I like it. Fuck it, dude. I like it. I like somebody who talks some shit. Bring on some shit talk. It's way more interesting. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. You're focused on what you're doing, but now you're mentioning them. You're saying that you don't care about them, and then you're mentioning them. So there is a double standard, weird, sort of passive aggressiveness that's going on here. But it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. So there's your first match. I give it an 8 out of 10. Private Party tag team match. Lucha Brothers. Thought they fucking were awesome athletically. They were just everywhere. They were performing awesome moves. They were given a long amount of time. There was like no commercials. I don't think there was a commercial. I don't think we saw a commercial until the next match at the end or the middle or something. Somebody would have to tell me because now I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I didn't see a damn commercial. The commercials were just great tonight. I didn't really notice them. And when they happened, I felt like I did need a break for a second. Like, wow, that was crazy. Let me go grab a drink or let me go quickly piss or something. So, like, the commercials were perfect. And then I saw maybe one of them. And I was like, oh, yeah, fucking toaster strudel. I like toaster strudel. That makes me think of The Rock when he talked about strudel being like, and that makes me think of penis and cock, and that makes me think of jerking off, and that makes me think of having sex with my wife, and I like having sex with my wife, and now I'm thinking about strudel. Now I'm thinking about pounding my wife. Now I'm thinking about, goddamn it, I'm getting a fucking testosterone boost right now. I'm thinking about fucking, I'm thinking about wrestling, I'm thinking about beer and sex, and then wrestling comes back on, and they're banging around out there, just like I'm going to bang my wife later, all because of that strudel stuff that I was thinking about. So AEW, perfect commentary by Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross tonight. Poor Excalibur was left in the wind. Like, he would say stuff and they'd make fun of him for it, and they had to reference it at one point. It was very bizarre on the commentary a little bit tonight, but for the most part, I thought the commentary was pretty good. Again, I feel like they need like some other guy. They need like a third guy who's like either a heel or somebody who's like a more of a smart ass. Or somebody to just lighten the mood. I feel like we got 3 dorks on commentary. We need I'm a dork, right? We need somebody different to spice it up a little bit. Excalibur is different, but he's like wicked, like smart and shit, and he's like fucking saying words that no wrestling fans understand. And then he's like, Tornado Caucasian Destroyer. And Jim Ross and Schiavone don't know what the fuck that is, and nobody does. And but I just feel like they almost need a guy who just sits. They need a guy who sits back and kind of ribs on him a bit, or just ribs on anything. I don't know what to say. Whatever though. It was good. It was better, way better than WWE. Much better than WWE. We're getting somewhere. Shit bomb.
AEW Dynamite's very good. Hated the women's match. To scripted. Loved Inner Circle using the boat horns. Ciampa Gargano and Balor challenging Undisputed Era. Oh my god, Balor backflip kick to Gargano, Balor goes heel. Mauro had an epic call.
Thanks for spoiling it for me, Haskell. What the fuck? I was thinking, well, I'm gonna watch NXT afterwards, and I'll talk about it later. Haskell, thanks for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. I'm going to check it out later, man.
From sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Yeah.
I'm a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
What a blast I had tonight. This show was 10 great all-round show. AEW is great for wrestling and I can't wait for next week and the week after that. They really keep me interested week to week.
Thank you, Everyday Jam. Was that the same one as before? I feel like it duplicated. Or either I double played it or it duplicated. By the way, I have a poll going on Twitter, at CorruptedPod on Twitter right now. 273 votes so far. 68% thought it was a damn good show. Oh, shit.
What if they belayed us? What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? But what if they belayed us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us. Well, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butt. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts? What if the turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes? Instead the turkeys ate us.
Yeah, baby. Everyday Jam. He didn't even say anything. Everyday Jam just dropping $29. What up, Everyday Jam? Much appreciated, bro. Phone lines are now alive and open. If I put you on, I may put you on hold. You just sit there and wait, and I'll get back to you. But 339-226-6610 if you're in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S. and you don't want to call the number, you want to Skype me, it's DANNY DEADLY. That's Danny Deadly on Skype. And that is because my Joe Cronin Show one is just so full that had to use a weird alias one, so it didn't just overflow. But yeah, 339-226-6610, talking about AEW. I believe this is the 4th episode. 419, what's up?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
I am so fucking tired of Jim Ross and him, like, hating on the company that he's working for.
His, like, melancholy fucking thing, I guess?
Yes, the whole, like, he really pointed out just the littlest details, and he was pulling a cornet, I felt like, tonight.
Oh, no, if he was pulling a cornet, I mean, he would have really fucking, he'd be like, well, this is great, but maybe someone want to make a pin at some point, because they come up, fucking forgot it's a wrestling match, type of thing. I mean, he would have really gone off. I mean, I dude, honestly, though, I was thinking it. I was watching it like, what the fuck are we, is this ballet? Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
True, and
but it is surprising that the guy commentating is actually criticizing it. It is a little funny. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Hello? I think you muted yourself, bro.
Received October 7th at 8.
Okay. I don't know what happened to him. Not sure what that was. Not sure why I started hearing a voice message. I didn't mind it because it started annoying me a little bit too, but it's like, it's got to be one or the other, right? Listen, maybe I don't like what they're doing. What the fuck is that humming? Oh, God, I hate static. Feedback drives me nuts. It's like, listen, maybe I don't like what they're doing, But don't you gotta, like, at some point realize that this is the style of the company? You know, at some point you gotta be like, well, this is what they're doing. You know, it doesn't matter what you think or what you want it to be or, you know, what wrestling was. You know, this is what they're doing. Oh, it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. Oh, my God. Finally, it stopped. Jesus Christ. That was driving me nuts, dude. I can't stand buzzing, dude. Oh, my God. Some wire somewhere was touching something. That drove me insane, dude. That like fucking pissed me off. All right, so yeah, I give the first match an 8 out of 10. If they had some more like actual wrestling psychology, I would have given it a higher score. But what a great start, exciting, and they're sort of building this story with SCU. You know, so I like that. Then we get SCU, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian. We learn that Christopher Daniels is going to be out, and I forget the amount that they said he was going to be out. I feel like they said it was like 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. So, anyway, the Dark Order comes out. They have a decent match with the Dark Order. Surprisingly, the crowd was pretty hyped for it still after we had seen that great other tag team match. It was so they kept it up pretty good here to go back-to-back with tag team matches. A lot of tag team matches tonight. Obviously, I'm giving them a pass still because of this tournament. I think it's a little crazy that you did decide to start with these tag team tournaments because just so much tag team matches, so much tag team wrestling rather, and it's like it's not. I like tag team, but I don't like love the shit out of it like some people do. So it's just a lot of tag team wrestling, and it's a lot of just. Like for me, it's tough, but they kept it up pretty good. Crowd was buying it. Pretty good little match. Shorter than the opening tag match, obviously. SCU wins via pinfall. Then we get the match that I was waiting for, but I thought, like, man, they're never gonna get enough time, you know, like we thought they would. And it was really built on the hype of what they did in AEW Dark in Boston. And why wouldn't it be? Because it was so damn good. Was Joey Janela, the bad boy Joey Janela, who unblocked me on Twitter. All praise to the bad boy Joey Janela for unblocking me on Twitter. But yeah, a little bit too much on the tag team stuff to me. But that's just me. Maybe you guys loved it. We'll talk about it. Joey Janela and Kenny Omega had a great follow-up match to their lights out kind of hardcore match they had. It was probably may have been my favorite match of the night, potentially because of the build-up with these two. So I really enjoyed it. That was one of the thing that I was most looking forward to was Janela and Omega. I think they're still capable of a level above this in a no DQ, like a regular wrestling match, a straight-up wrestling match. I still think they're capable of more. Similar ending, you know, V-Trigger sets up the one-winged angel, the one-wing angel, as Jim Ross calls it, and the one-winged angel, as Excalibur calls it. Nobody can quite figure out whether it's winged or winged, but either way, they're calling it whatever they call it. I'm calling it one-wing angel, because I have no idea what to call it anymore. But either way. One-winged, one-winged, one-wing. I've heard it called 3 different things in the last 4 weeks. Maybe go in the back and ask Kenny Omega. Maybe anybody ever think that? Ever think to go back in the backstage and say, "Hey Kenny, do you call this the one-winged angel, the one-wing angel, or the one-winged angel? Which of those 3 are we calling it? I'd like to know, because we're on national TV, and so I would like to know exactly what you want it called." Joey Janela has had some of the best matches in the company since I've been watching. All his moments from the last pay-per-view and his diving off the ladder elbow and all these other things. Sid Henry, I'm going to time you out in the chat for saying Raw is an 8 out of 10 and saying AEW is a 2 out of 10. You are an idiot. I mean, listen, I appreciate you might think WWE is better than AEW, but to give AEW a 2 out of 10 and then give WWE a 8 out of 10, you are an asshole and you deserve to be timed out. So I hope you beat yourself while you're on your timeout. We'll welcome you back to the chat in a little while with less insanity. On the poll on Twitter is up to 304 votes. You guys could have voted perfect 10. 17% of you said tonight's show was a perfect 10. That was 17% of you. 67% of you said it was a damn good show. 11% of you said meh. And 4% of you said not good. Only 4% said not good of 304 votes. Whereas 90% of you were negative towards WWE in the last few weeks. And 70% of you were negative to WWE within the last 2 years as far as my Twitter polls go. So that is a very interesting stat and not very good for WWE, but good for AEW here. Kenny Omega, Joey Janela. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 as well. I thought it could have had a little bit more, which could have propelled it a little bit higher. But it had the story, it had the build-up, it had the spirit of competition between these two, who had such a great match at AEW Dark. I thought that was slightly better. I thought that match maybe was an like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. Maybe an 8. Maybe I'd go 8.5, something like that. Probably more like an 8.8 if you could give it that specific number or whatever. But it never really built up and roared the crowd. I think if it had built up and roared the crowd at AEW Dark, that we would be talking about that as the match of the year. But instead I gave it a top 10, which it was great. And tonight was great too. Joey Janela, Omega, good match. I think their third match will probably be the better of this one and that one. Hopefully that's what you want them to lead into a big match of some kind next. It's interesting that you start with the tables, ladders, and chairs, all lights out street fight. It's weird to start with that. And I know that was a dark match, but these dark matches are aired like they absolutely mean something. They really do. You know, when you're talking about 500,000 to 1 million people watching your dark match, and about 1 million people are watching your TV show, about the same amount of people are watching the dark match. Granted, it's probably more like 600,000 people watching, and a lot of people watched it twice or clicked on it a third time or a second time. But that being said, it's still large amount of the audience is watching that dark match. It's part of the story. It means something, which is good. But they just got to remember that, because you started with a lights out dark match with chairs and tables and ladders. They had that match. I mean, what match is going to be better than that? And that match was for no reason, out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's where the psychology stuff, I'd like to see that start playing in a little bit better. WWE never has these matches either. They always have these long builds of psychology of this guy attacked, but it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't mean anything ever. It feels like in WWE. Whereas here in AEW so far, we've seen matches that are like, wow, that's a great match, and this is a classic. Probably Cody Rhodes has been involved in more of those than anybody else. So, I mean, at this point, at some point, Joey and Janela and Kenny Omega are going to have another match with ladders or something, I feel like. Or they're going to have a hardcore match, or they're going to have a maybe an Iron Man match or a set or something, because, I mean, they've already done that. They started with that. And these guys right now are becoming money. They're becoming what people call money, right? Or whatever you call it in the wrestling business. They're becoming a draw. It's becoming to where if you tell me, hey, Kenny Omega and Joey Janela are going to have a fucking tables match, and the match is in New York, Joe, you could go if you want. I'd think about that. I'd think about driving from Boston to New York because of Joey Janela and Kenny Omega being advertised in a tables match or a hardcore match or a 1 hour fucking Iron Man match or something like that. Like, if you proposed that to me, I would think about going to it. Whereas before, I wouldn't. You know, before their first meeting, if it was their first meeting and you said, Joey Janela, Kenny Omega, whatever match in New York, I would say, oh, that'll be great. They may have a good match. I don't know. But, yeah, have fun at it. You know what I mean? I'll be watching it at home. But it's to the point where it's like, fuck, I almost want to see, I might go see that. So they're becoming a draw, you know? They're becoming something that people will want to see again. And at some point they will. And what's interesting about that is they have that first match. People want more. You get more tonight. What will happen next? Will there be a cool down period? Will there be a talk? Will there be... I mean, they're friends. They were shaking each other's hands tonight. So will it be this friendly competition? Will this become AEW's version of Jerry Lynn and RVD? You know? And it's not that, but will it become something like that? Is that what we're seeing? I don't know. And I'm babbling on, but I'll leave you at that match and go back to the donations and see what you guys are saying. If you guys want to donate tonight, the link is down below in the description box. Twitch alerts, PayPal, whatever it is, Twitch alerts, Streamlabs, the link is down below. And then way at the bottom, the donation amounts and alert names are all listed for you to see what they do. There's a new $7 donation with Tommy NC Rocky Horror. We were talking about Rocky Horror on episode 120 or 122 of the Corrupted podcast on my Patreon. If you're on my Patreon, it's a 3-hour show. In the middle of it, we made a reference to like, hey, we're going to watch Rocky Horror tomorrow night. And then Leah was like, yeah. And then Tommy, out of nowhere, started like trying to sing the Sweet Transvestite song or whatever. And he comes in and he just fucking is so awkward and says it like this. So bizarre.
I'm with some sexy transvestite. I'm with some sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
From sexual Transylvania. But it was so funny how he said it, man. It was so fucking funny. But yeah. So if you want to donate, link is down below. Or you can use the super chat feature. If you want a super chat, cool. We'll play everything on the air for you. And I will go back to the phone lines in just a minute. I know there's a lot of you that want to say something about this. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about tonight's AEW show. Again, I give it an 8 out of 10. Some of the people that really love like wrestling, like just New Japan or like wrestling styling, just constant wrestling, probably gave it a 9 out of 10 or more tonight. And some of the WWE, more average fans who are more into the casual stuff, who want more character stuff and things like that, they may have given it a 6 or something lower. I can understand.
Shut up and bend over. Finish it.
Oh my God, don't finish it. Please don't finish it.
I'm going to finish it. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Moxley. Finish him. The bastard.
Oh, man. New York Giants Frank, 87. Thank you for the 950. And by the way, that reminds me, New York, is I got to give the 29 spot over to who the hell was it? Where are you, New Jersey, Frank? I know you're there somewhere. Oh, it's Everyday Jam. Everyday Jam is on the board with the could take home the digital JCS championship. Everyday Jam. Thank you, Everyday Jam, for that, dude. Really much appreciated as always. Everyday Jam, man. Thanks for earlier too on my day stream where I was just vlogging. You dropped like a bunch of donos, so much appreciated on that, dude. Really, Everyday Jam, thank you. 856 is on the phone. Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not so much, man. You know, hold on one second.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Call back. Let's try 248. What's up?
Hey, how you doing? My name's Rich. I'm calling from Michigan.
Hell yeah, man. You're on now. What's up? Michigan. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, what'd
I'm
you
on
think?
right now with Joe.
Yeah, you're on right now with me. Yeah, I just put people on.
Okay.
I don't have a screener yet.
Okay, right on. The reason I'm calling is because I'm old school. I'm a little bit older than you, and I was a huge fan of the Jim Cornette shoots back in the day, and I watched all of them and I thought they were great.
Right.
But I don't like that he's tearing down the AEW talent, because I watched all his old stuff back in the day, and they would do campy stuff, or they would, the old birthday cake at the ring, and they're celebrating because they won, and then they slam his face in the cake. I remember my grandmother saying how fake that was. Okay. Right. And all he does is rag on these guys for being corny and stupid and cartoony, and it's BS, because fact be told, that's what they were doing back in the 80s when I was watching it. I used to watch World Class Championship Wrestling and all that stuff, and I'm kind of sick of Jim Cornette shitting on everything, because he needs to realize times do change, and horror films used to never show the monster or the killing or the violence, and now they do.
Yeah, that's a great point about the horror movies. Like, you'd be scared the whole movie, and then they would get to it. And now it's like you got to have things everywhere. But eventually then it goes back and it backs up, and then you start doing new things. You're right about that. And here's the thing about Cornette. I love Cornette, and I still love listening to him, and I even love listening to him bash everybody. It's fun.
I don't hate him. But I'm just disappointed in him.
But I'll tell you firsthand, look at what he did to me. I mean, dude, I worked with him 3 different times. He was the nicest guy. He was great. And then look what happened. His buddy Kenny Bolin said that I was an ass for a second, and then he didn't really speak to me. And then one day I tweeted him 2 or 3 times. That was it. I tweeted him 2 or 3 times. And that prompted 3 different rants on me on his podcast, and him to block me. And
I saw all that.
Yeah, and all that. So, I mean, if you think about all of that, it's not rational. You know what I mean? That he would, it's bizarre, like, that he would do that.
I'm not trying to be preachy, but just hear me out, because he does things that you shouldn't do if you're objective. He doesn't call Kenny Omega Kenny Omega. He calls him Kenny Olivier every time. He doesn't refer to Orange Cassidy. And if you don't like Orange Cassidy, that's fine. I get it. It's fun to watch, okay? But he calls them our little dog Pockets. He's very insulting. He refers to the Young Bucks as they're still fucking children. They're grown-ass men, okay? They have families and wives and all that stuff. And he still calls them kids and little kids, and I'm kind of sick of it, and it makes me mad, because I liked Jim Cornette for all the things he was until this happened.
Well, let's go choke him. Let's go choke him.
No, I don't want to hurt nobody. I'm just saying, man. It's not cool, because back in the day when he was doing it, people were saying his shit was fake. Okay, we all know it's fake. It's planned. Whatever. It's entertainment. So he needs to get off it, because if it makes the people, hey, listen, Orange Cassidy does those little ass kicks, but the people cheer. So shut up, because that's what makes them happy. You're not there to make you happy as an entertainer. You're there to make others happy, correct?
Yeah, and, like, I would get it like you. If it was that video game guy rolling around with the Nintendo in the ring, like, yeah, I would lose my mind on a rant too. But to call Kenny, to make fun of Kenny Omega, I mean, that's just weird. That doesn't make any sense. Like, the credibility goes out the window. And again, like I said, I've seen it firsthand, because the things he said about me are just over the top. Like, he's making nothing out of all kinds of something out of nothing. And so that's his deal. It's like his whole gimmick now is to shit on everybody. I don't even think he doesn't even really believe it. There's no way he does.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
He knows what he's doing. It's like all about content with him. I think he's got some points on a lot of it, but yeah, he goes a little overboard. I think he never. It's like you can't possibly hate everything. Like, you know what I mean? I can see hating this or that or whatever. Like, the women's match tonight was terrible. Leva Bates threw leg kicks like fucking she was afraid to do it. It didn't make any sense. She was kicking in slow motion against Nyla Rose, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, she's barely kicking her. They're timid about what they're doing. It was very similar to Tennille Dashwood in Impact at Bound for Glory the other night. Tennille and more the other girl, Taya Valkyrie, they was awful. Like, I don't know what those girls were doing. but they weren't putting any effort into their kicks or punches or anything. And the crowd, every time they did something, the crowd kind of moaned because it was so poor that the crowd felt how weak and lazy it was. And so I could see going off on that. But yeah, I mean, you got a good point. He can't possibly hate everything. But now he's going to hate it more because he's got to put over NWA Power.
Well, he just has an agenda, and that's great because it sells him T-shirts and all that stuff. But the bottom line is, if you go back and watch the history of Jim Cornette's career, you'll see it's very campy. It's very silly. It's very cartoony. And he shits all over that now. I'm sorry. I just don't get it, man.
Yeah,
and I appreciate you letting me say this because I'm telling you right now, I watched all his shoots from back in the day. I watched him when he was a young guy, and he just pisses me off because I guess he's just trying to sell T-shirts. I don't even know anymore.
He's working you up. That's what it is. He's working us all up, and he's getting everybody pissed. He wants to play the heel. You know, he still has a job in wrestling somewhere, whether it was MLW and now NWA. And yeah, man. I mean, he's done what the only difference is I do that sometimes, and people get really mad at me. So I get it because I don't always feel that way. But yeah, I think he's working us all in his shit. You know, that's what he's doing. Hey, good call, man. I appreciate that, and much respect to you for having seen all of Cornette's shoots. I mean, I've gone back and watched a lot of different, little shoots and things like that, and all the stuff that Cornette's done in the past. I've tried to find it. I haven't found everything, but I've always enjoyed what Cornette does. But he is a bit of a fucking double standard baby, kind of. But
$100.
Holy
it's
shit!
Donation
Holy
time,
shit!
motherfuck boy.
Holy shit! About to come down the aisle, Nate from VA. Holy Christ.
Finally able to stream a lab, just jumping in on your cock, Joe, before I head back into work. As always, keep up the good work and cream pies for all. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
It's good from 50 yards. Man, holy shit, Nate from VA dropping a 100 bomb. Holy mother of God. Wow, Nate, thank you so much, man. $100 bomb. Sorry, Everyday Jam. Everyday Jam's dropped over that today, though. I will say that. Nate from VA. Going back to work. Dude, thank you very much for that. That was crazy. Thank you, man. Speaking of work, I was out working, took me hours to clean up the leaves, and I'm not even close to done today. Nate, thanks, man. At least AEW was fun tonight. That's another thing. You know what I mean? When it's fun, it's fun. Nate, appreciate that. Come on, Jim Cornette. Come on at me. Come at me, baby. Yeah, but when you see Cornette attack a guy like me and say all these crazy things, all because I tweeted him like 3 times. I tweeted him, I said, hey, Jim, want to come on the show and talk with Santino? He didn't answer that. Hey, Jim, why don't you come on the show and talk with Santino? $signs. Like, it'll be the biggest event you ever seen. Just fucking around. Like, two tweets, 3 tweets. That prompts a rant from the guy about my droopy cap and living in my parents' basement and, you know what I mean, not having sex with anybody and, being a Howard Stern wannabe and all these types of things. And got a cool way of talking in the microphone. That prompts all that stuff from Cornette. That was all it took. Before that, he'd been like, Joe, I love you, man. Great job, Joe. Like, and I really appreciate it, Joe. And you're gonna be great, Joe, and all that type of stuff. And just all great interactions. And then all of a sudden, his buddy Kenny Bolin says that Joe fucked me over, even though I didn't do anything. And then I tweet the guy twice, and he flips the fuck out on rants, multiple rants about me in multiple shows. Joe Cronin Show fans are scum. Joe Cronin Show fans are like ICP fans, and they're gay or whatever the fuck he said. I mean, the guy just fucking flips out, dude. That's what Cornette does. And I get it because I kind of do it, so I get it. It's not real. He's fucking around. But yeah, it would be nice if a guy like him, a legend at his age like him, would kind of put over these guys a little bit, but he's got now, I don't know why he would now. I guess he's got an agenda with NWA, so it's going to be worse than ever. It's probably going to be worse than ever with Jim. I can't show this enough. The more I hear from Joe Cronin fans, the more I feel like they're ICP fans. How does he even know who ICP fans are? That's hilarious. What does SJW mean in caveman speak? I guess somebody called him an SJW. An SJW. And he got really pissed off. Oh, God. The Cornette stuff never gets old to me, though. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
He was such an annoying fuck. Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. This fucking idiot gets on Twitter, and I have to explain, he looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter's instead of actual people. But anyway, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it on a real show like mine that people listen to instead of your fucking playtime in your fucking basement.
See, he even puts me down, right? Like, you got to think about it like this, right? Jim Cornette's been in wrestling for like 40 years, right? He tweets something, he does something, whatever the case is. Here I am, Joe Cronin, self-made, right? Self-made. To anybody that recognizes me, I am self-made. I wasn't in WWE. I wasn't in WCW. I wasn't in NWA. I wasn't in Mid-South or any of these promotions back in the day or whatever the hell. I wasn't in WWE. I wasn't in AEW. I wasn't in ECW. I wasn't in anything. I wrestled on the independents for like 2 seconds. Nobody knows who I am. I started this YouTube channel, and I had more subscribers than him. I don't know if I still do. I might still have more subs on YouTube than him. I don't know. But our tweets at the time before I got banned on Twitter were pretty close. And it's like, Jim, do you realize that I get millions of views? Do you realize that I get that at the time he said this, that I was doing I think it was like 700,000 views a week, and I'm nobody who just created that on my own, you dumb old fuck. So it's like, when he shits on people, you can see the lies right there. Because here I am, a nobody who turned into somebody based off of just me on YouTube, getting over myself. Hundreds of other people quit and fail and leave and all these other things. Here I am, 67,000 subs. You know what I'm saying? But you're Jim Cornette. You're known. You've got all this going because of being on TV all over the place and getting over there. Fine. But I'm nobody, and I'm here. But he refuses to recognize most people. He just knocks them down for no reason. If he legitimately didn't like my style and he said, I don't like his show because of this, that, and that, well, that'd be something. Then I would say, well, Jim Cornette just doesn't appreciate the show. I don't like his wrestling analysis. I don't like his stupid donations. I don't like his whatever. If he actually had reasons why he didn't like something, but he doesn't. All he has is droopy cap, must be from New York, scumbag, playtime in his parents' basement. Well, guess what, fucking Jim Cornette? Playtime in my parents' basement turned out to be playtime in my basement in a house that I bought because of YouTube, because of the fans, because of the listeners, because we got this shit over, motherfucker, all on my own, you four-eyed fucking fanny pack wearing faggot fuck. Fuck you, Jim Cornette. Suck my dick, you old piece of shit, with your fucking red lips and your stupid fucking tennis racket. What kind of fuck like you makes fun of gay people, but you play tennis, you homophobic cocksucker? How about that, you motherfucker? You are who's the SJW now? Who's the SJW now? You rosy cheek little retard, Jim Cornette, I dare you to say something to me at the next WrestleCon, you fucking piece of shit asshole motherfucker, you stupid son of a bitch with your wing-toed shoes. I'm gonna pull them off you and beat you in the fucking forehead with them, you stupid fuck. And when I get done with that, I'm gonna sodomize that son of a bitch Brian Last or Brian Ass or whatever the fuck his name is on your stupid podcast. What's the Jim Cornette experience? Remember a couple years ago? I know what the Jim Cornette experience is. when he goes up on stage and pulls his dick out to all his fans. Yeah, I'm sure they all came there for that, Jim. They all came there to see the Jim Cornette experience where he pulls his dick out on stage. Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. We didn't want to hear about the stories in the WWF and the road and all the times at the Midnight Express in a bathroom. No, we wanted to see Jim Cornette pull his little winky dink out in front of everybody. You fucking pedo fuck, you weird piece of shit. How about that? How about this, Jim? If you step up to Joe Cronin, you're gonna get the fucking cornhole experience, courtesy of my 11 fucking sized boot in your ass. You fucking tie-wearing, red shirt-wearing, tennis racket flirting, fucking little boy sniffing, cock smoking piece of garbage shit. Okay, let's get back to the donations.
Give me a hell yeah! Awesome Finn heel turn. They left it open if he's in Undisputed Era or not.
Oh.
Rhea Ripley's money and a star.
Big time turn tonight, apparently, on NXT, baby. Hey, if you guys watched NXT tonight, feel free to let me know what you thought. I thought tonight we were going to have Jake cover NXT. I was going to cover AEW. But like I said, he hit me up earlier today and let me know that he's at the hospital getting work. He's fine. He's just having a planned operation.
I'm become sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. I'm become sexy transvestite from
Yeah.
sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
It's so refreshing to watch, and NXT every week just makes you forget about all the bullshit that Vince puts us through.
Yeah.
Even if it's only for one night.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The Elite 95. The Elite 95. Thank you for the $7, man. I have to try to get those font a little bit bigger. But yeah, I mean, this is so much fun. I can't wait. Oh my God, here he comes. I didn't see all of it, but I'm going to go back and watch the rest of NXT later. That's gotta be Kane.
I don't know if we are talking about NXT, but Finn Balor's heel turn is fantastic and just what he needed, and it's a NXT heel turn, not a main roster heel turn, so you know this is going to be done right. He also did the old Bullet Club finger guns. Amazing.
That's pretty cool, man. I remember that. Pussy Lips McGee, thank you for the 666. Dude, I'm all I'm seeing is like a lot of people talking about the Finn Balor thing on my feed too. So a lot of people watched NXT. A lot of people watched both. I'm just not able to watch both, so I kept peeking in. But that was one thing I missed. So yeah, I can't wait to go look at what the fuck happened.
What if the turkeys?
Pussy Lips McGee, thank you, my friend. What a name. I don't think anybody's gonna take the championship from Nate from VA tonight. But we're going to find out. We're going to go back to the calls in just a minute. More AEW.
What if the turkeys hate us? What if they fillet us? If the turkeys hate us, if they had to hate us. Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they eat our nuts, and then they eat our butts. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts? Instead of mashed potatoes, instead the turkeys ate us.
Hey, Fozzie's going to be doing the music for Full Gear. That's kind of funny. Good song, though. I like it.
That crowd was hot. Omega and Janela tore it down. CNN ran a story today about the stock dropping again. I'm willing to bet that is a direct cause of that.
A story about the WWE dropping? What do you mean? Oh, the WWE stock? I mean, all stock is dropping, dude. My stock is dead right now. I put $300 into the stock market years ago. If you guys remember, I put $300 into the stock market about years ago. 5 years ago, maybe it was. I don't know. Either way, it turned into $2,000. You know what it's at right now? $580. It's almost back to the original 300 I put in. Fucking depressing. Stock market's dead right now. A lot of that's marijuana stocks too. Because I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy all those things. Anyway, Kenny Omega wins via pinfall. Very similar to how he won the last time. Loved the match. Good stuff. And then I think after that is when Cody Rhodes came out. We got ourselves the back. Well, he came in the ring and Jericho was like playing the boat horn and stuff like that. And Cody says, you know, these ropes aren't invisible like the other place. I'll come up there. And so Cody Rhodes does, or he goes to, and then Dustin comes out, and then everybody comes out. MJF, they do this whole little thing. People seem to like that. It was kind of cool. You know, I mean, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of like a little bit funny how like Jericho's like, oh yeah, well that's 2. Now it's 2 on 4. Like, you know, like Jericho doesn't know that Cody doesn't have a bunch of friends back there. But that was fine. It was fun. I liked it. And I love that, you know, like you said, he took MJ's scarf, bashed the window in. You know, the glass like went flying into Jericho's face. Even if it was like fake glass or candy glass or whatever. It might have been real glass. I don't fucking know. They might not have set that up. It probably was worked glass, I would hope. But no matter what, it's got to be worked glass. I can't believe they would risk that. But either way, it could hurt your face or your eyes because it went right at Jericho's face. Like he punched it and it flew at Jericho, which tells me it's fake because the way it broke that way. But yeah, it didn't. Yeah, but it didn't break into a million pieces either. So it's just weird. But either way, it was awesome. Pretty cool. Then they had a little bit of a brawl into the back. It was a little awkward to me, but it was fun. It was something nice to see. They needed to get out of the ring. There was so much stuff in the ring tonight. I really wish there was a little bit more of this because I just thought there should have been a little bit more of this. Some stuff to take, like maybe another promo or something else because it was just so much wrestling. But I mean, it was fine. It was better than WWE because things were just going. It was moving. That would be my one complaint. It was almost so fast paced that you really couldn't stop to get enough into certain things because there was so many things going on for me. But that's me. I know a lot of you out there don't care. You're like, what are you talking about? It was great. But yeah, I like that. I have no idea what the hell. Oh, here we go. Here's a clip of it on Twitter. Boom. Yeah, that's got to be fake glass. That's fake glass. But it was awesome. That was awesome. The guy on crutches. I love this guy on crutches. He takes his crutch. Just so funny. Just little stupid shit like that. There's a guy with crutches at the immediately grabs the crutch from him. And Cody tried to put the trash barrel over his head. Didn't work out, but it was funny. Then did I skip something? I skipped the women's match? No, I didn't skip it. We're on Best Friends with Orange Cassidy versus the Young Bucks. They made fun of that. I thought it was really funny at one point. I think somebody was outside the ring and Tony Schiavone was just like, what is Orange Cassidy doing? And like he just started laughing. That actually cracked me up because Orange Cassidy was being just fucking bizarre outside the ring. And Tony Schiavone noticed it. And he was just like, what is Orange Cassidy doing? Like, that was really funny. And it wasn't like a put him over type of thing or even like something that people were even really supposed to notice, I don't think. That's what made it funny, was that Tony Schiavone was really saying like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And that was hilarious to me. I think it might have been in this match too where they like crapped on Excalibur a little bit. They didn't crap on him, but yeah, Excalibur used a big word and then said something else, and then they were like, You hear that, JR? Like, whatever the hell. And then Excalibur actually said something like, well, you know, words exist for a reason, or something like that. He was like, well, words exist in the dictionary for a reason, or whatever. He said something like that. And then Tony said something to the effect of like, hey, keep using them. They're great. And he goes, hey, man, we're all a team here, you know? And it was weird. You know, it was just awkward. And then, because then Excalibur sounded like the kid at school being bullied, almost. And I'm sure he is intimidated. He's sitting next to Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone. And he should shut the fuck up sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I got fucked up. I got bullied by Matt Stryker one night. I deserved it. I was learning. I took it as I'm learning, you know? I said some things that were, I called the post a poll. I mean, it was because I was nervous because he was grilling me, and I fucking got flustered. And the guy, and that's what happened here tonight, I think. And then at some point, Tope Suicida and fucking whatever, he like said that, repeated that, and said, I love those, JR, don't you? I don't know why he said that. Is that a reference to, like, why does he say it? Like, why does he not just say suicide dive? Is that why? So I feel like they were poking at, like, what he was saying. Like, well, I always thought it was a suicide dive. And I've heard JR say that before, stuff like where somebody does a move and JR's like, well, where I come from, that's a knee to the head. Not a V-trigger, or, like, not a whatever the fuck, you know? I don't know. So, yeah, there's that weird crotchetiness from them, but I don't know. I didn't have a problem with that. I thought it was funny. But anyway, the Young Bucks win via pinfall. They needed a win back. Both teams needed the win. That's what they painted this as. I would have really questioned this company if the Young Bucks lost again into these guys. You know, because you have the Young Bucks up here. You have the, you know, best friends like right around here. Both teams have lost recently. You would think the Young Bucks would win, not propel the other team above them all of a sudden. It would be really crazy. It was a pretty good match. Again, just so much tag team wrestling. I was starting to fade at this point with tag team wrestling. And then we get Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter. Like, she comes out mocking the crowd kind of just right away, just trying to make sure people know that she's the bad girl or whatever. It was really funny at one point when she first came out, and like she must have saw someone clapping for her, I guess. Like someone was like, yeah, like who's this? Okay. And she just like mocked them like fucking like, oh yeah. I was like, it's a little bit overdone, but it was still funny to me. Here's a little clip of that. Oh man. Anyway, the match was whatever. You know, it was better than a decent match with Britt Baker. It was definitely better than where's the match earlier in the night? When did was there another match? No, that was it. That was it. You know what I'm confusing is right before I watched this show, I reviewed AEW Dark. And I was confusing Nyla Rose with this match tonight because I just reviewed AEW Dark, so that's my bad. Somebody probably was saying that earlier, like, Joe, that was AEW Dark, you stupid idiot asshole. So yeah, that was it. I got everything. So it was an okay match. You know, it was just to put, you know, Britt Baker over. And then the most awkward thing ever was after the match, Brandy Rhodes attacked the other girl, President My Boss, Jamie or whatever. She attacked the other girl, Jamie, in the back. And then just like the finger poke of death stare or something. Like what the fuck was this? What was this from Brandy? Like, what the fuck? Look at this. What? What was that? By the way, I love that girl announcer, that female announcer in the back. And I'm not talking about because she's pretty. I'm talking about because she has real reactions. Have you guys noticed that? I mean, she's definitely the pretty hot girl backstage interviewing people, but like when people do stuff to her, she's seemingly real. Like they either hired like a girl that was a fan of wrestling that just knows how to be, or this chick is like a real like Hollywood actress or something, because she's really good. And I'd prefer to have like a guy and a girl backstage, you know, who are like more serious, and you know, it's less about like, look at how sexy they are. Because I feel like when I first saw her, I was like, oh, that's just eye candy backstage interviewer. That's stupid. In fact, what's her name? Can somebody in the chat tell me her name or find out her name? I don't think they listed here. Oh, here it is, Jen Decker. She goes to talk with Jen Decker. Jen Decker, I can't fucking believe this. She is great. The reactions to MJF, the reaction to even Brandy here with this weird fucking finger thing, like Brandy came off like bizarre. And she was like, Brandy, what are you doing? Like, and it was just real. And MJF, he's like, you know, whatever Hooters or whatever, and she's like, oh my God. Like, she's just like what? You know, and she, whatever her reactions are, mine was worse. I'm a terrible actor. But it's like, with her, I was like, yeah, that, like, wow, she actually, I believe her. Holy shit. It's not like, hi, everybody. Well, it certainly has been a wild night at AEW. Now, Brandy Rhodes. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's WWE. Hell, multiple times. Hi, everybody. I'm Jen Decker, and I'm here at WWE Raw. Wow, it certainly has been quite the wild night in Houston. Anyway, now as my guest at this time, Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie with Kevin Owens being banned from ringside. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What is wrong with... Well, folks, Monday Night Raw has certainly been wild tonight here in Houston. The fans are ready, but so much shocking stuff that we've learned tonight. But right now I'm standing beside Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie, what are you going to do about Kevin Owens if he tries to break through the barricade and get into Monday Night Raw here tonight? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Why is it Monday Night Raw is certainly great? Like, what the fuck is that? So Jen Decker in AEW, nailing it. God damn it. How can you be this hot and this smart? I can't believe it, AEW. I can't believe it, Jen Decker. God damn it, Jen, you're good. You're good. You are the best backstage female, like, eye candy, like, let me get the scoop. She comes off like fucking a reporter. She comes off like April O'Neil. Now, she really hasn't been able to do any reporting or do anything really good. She's always kind of just that sort of, I'm the person with the mic. So they could give her better stuff to do. But every single time, her reactions are genuine or believable or fun or whatever. It's not what you get in WWE. It's almost unbelievable. I can't believe it. I don't know what the fuck Brandy Rhodes was doing. That was weird, but is that going to be your signature thing, just fucking going up to people and going... like, oh no, not again! Anyway, we're pressed for time as we go into Pac versus Jon Moxley in the main event of AEW. Wednesday, October 23rd, 2019, their fourth show, and Jon Moxley's going to headline it. We'll talk about that in a second. 856 is on the phone. Hello.
What's up? Sorry about earlier, man.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Yeah, I was watching AEW tonight, and one criticism I had from like the previous weeks was that I felt like there should have been more segments, and I felt like they kind of stepped it up tonight with that.
Well, I still felt like there was so much wrestling. I felt like there could have been one or two other little things. We did get a Wardlow preview or vignette or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I felt like there was a lot of wrestling. I felt like this was, to be honest, I felt like this was the most wrestling we've gotten so far. I was kind of like, damn, like I don't know. I felt like I needed to get away from the ring for a second at one point. I'm sure other people felt the opposite, but I don't know. That was my issue.
Yeah, I actually do agree with you on that. I feel like they could have like maybe like got away from the ring for a little bit more. Like I feel like after the tag team tournament is over, they probably will get back to, you know, finally like having some more like segments. I mean, I love the Jericho and Circle and the Elite segment. That was pretty good. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, but it is arguably their best show. Like tonight was arguably the best show yet that they've put on. I think that I've enjoyed some of the segments in the other episodes like a little bit like more than some of the stuff tonight, but as a complete show, if you could just add a few more, like maybe one more promo and like a little bit of something else, like, then I'd be happy. But this was a damn good show tonight. It really was, and it's going to be talked about probably as their best one or arguably their best one yet.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I remember you were saying on one of your previous videos you were wondering where Wardlow was at. Like, I was thinking the same thing too. I was like, "Where's Wardlow?" And we finally got a big net. I'm like, "Okay, finally!" Like, because Wardlow's like one of their, because you know they have a lot of small wrestlers on their roster, and Wardlow's like one of those guys that's kind of bigger. You know, I feel like I think they're trying to make more improvements with their roster a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they've got to expand it a little bit to be a little bit more, because Cody's pretty aware, and he wants that diversity of styles. He wants that, like, oh, this match was this way, this match was that way, this match was tag team, you know. And I think tonight you got a little bit more of all one style of just kind of craziness, of high flying, fast paced energy. I don't think we got anything to break that up a little bit tonight, but yeah, guys like Wardlow are going to be able to change that, and they're going to be able to help the small guys too. They'll be able to work a different dynamic. Yeah, I think that's going to be important to them. So I'm happy, and I can't wait for him to show up.
Yeah, I feel like wrestling works best as a buffet when you have like different styles of wrestling. Like my favorite wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart. You know, he wrestled more of a technical style. You know. Like, a lot of people, when they hear me talk wrestling, they might think that I like the Lucha Libre style, but no, it was really technical wrestling my favorite. But I never really had a problem with the high flyers. Like, I was listening to some other YouTuber, like, earlier, he was doing some kind of rant on the fans that, oh, you like all the vanilla indie midgets, and I'm just like, bro, really? Is that necessary? Like,
well, I get the old school. It's, you know, even I'm having to sort of get into things a little bit, so I get it. But I don't get like shitting on everybody. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is good. It may be a style that you don't like. I get that. If somebody doesn't like this type of style, then I get that. Like, because even I don't love it. Like, I like, most of the time I pick Cody's matches as my favorite because of the emotion and the traditional wrestling style that they had. But that doesn't mean that this all sucks or something, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't agree with them on that, but I can see that perspective. But whatever it is, whatever you think, you know, this is way better than WWE. I wish WWE was better because I've always been a WWE guy, but this is just way better. I'm wide awake right now, and no matter what you say, I'm awake, I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to watch it again maybe. You know, whereas, yeah, it doesn't have that giant character feel, you know, that those moments yet to me, but, you know, it's much better than what we've been getting, you know, and I thank you for the call, man. I kind of just droned on there. I'm sorry about that. Let me play some more donations. People are wondering where their donations are. Yeah. Well, turkey time again, baby. Get them turkeys up. Holy shit again. Well, what if they filleted us? Let's go. What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? Well, what if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they fucking ate our butts. The turkeys ate us.
What if the turkeys ate us?
My name is Wardlow.
What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts?
Oh, you saw my Twitter video? Thanks, man. That was a funny match. The Soundwave 92.
Joe, our boy Warlow is coming. He is going to get his push and I can't fucking wait. A massive shout out to Jake. Hope he gets back soon and I pray his procedure comes through.
He should be good.
Best of luck, you sexy beast.
The Soundwave 92, thank you, man. He should be good. Jake said he's fine. I'm just going to be busy with that operation stuff. Thank you, Soundwave. Here comes Wardlow.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Wardlow, baby. He's coming. Yeah, that was my buddy. That was my buddy Teddy Goods and Flex Armstrong having a match at Big Time Pro Wrestling. Yeah, dude, he actually fought he got angry at a fan. This fan really threw something at him. You got to see it. It's fucking crazy.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Here comes Kane.
AEW was enjoyable for the 4th week in a row. I could do with a bit more backstage stuff. The Dippin' Dots spot killed.
Yeah, man, I agree. Winston Taylor, I think I'm dead on with you. Like, I think I need a little bit more backstage stuff. Give me a little bit more backstage stuff. Or something else. You know, it was missing, like, Darby Allin coming down on a skateboard. Or, like, Pac, like, hitting, you know, from someone from behind like he did. You know, it was missing a couple little things like that, I felt. Winston, thank you. But other than that, I mean, wrestling-wise, it was great. So good stuff. Yeah, here's a little video of it, and here's him. I'll show him attacking the fan. The fan threw something at him, man. It was fucking weird. A lot of people showing up here today at McCoy Stadium to see a lot of great wrestling from Big Time. The fan throws something at him and spits at him. I'm pro wrestling, and I'll tell you what, there aren't a lot of guys in the wrestling industry. Money for front row tickets. Teddy Goods to Flex Armstrong. I'll find it. Last second, couple of rights. Look at that. Drop kick to the face by Goods. Gotta wonder what the heck Flex pulled out a second ago. Oh my goodness! Teddy Goods! Wow! Thunderous shots by Teddy Goods to Flex Armstrong. And now Flex Armstrong into the steel guardrail on the outside. And if you paid money for front row tickets here at BTW, then the money's just coming right back to you. Now right there, the fan threw something at him, even right there in the middle of the match. That fan over the left, you can't see it, but he chucked something at him. This is intense. You know, taking a little too much time, but here we go. Wow, vertical suplex there by Flex Armstrong. Rope, here he comes. Look out! Flex up to the second rope, off the top. Whoa! Out! Go! Oh, Goods caught him in the... And another cutter! I think his head hit the belt! Oh, give me a break. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, he's out! The referee called for the bell! Here it is. It's in Lynn Masson. Oh, give me a break. It's the guy in the glasses here. The guy in the glasses. He's going to actually throw or spit on Flex. No, he throws something at Flex when he turns around. He turns around and the guy throws his drink at him. And then he takes a big sip of water as Flex comes back again, and Flex sees that. And then Flex just waffles him. And just tried to slap his hand, and now the fan, I think, might have threw something. And I think, oh my goodness! What the hell is... And I think, oh my goodness! What the hell is... You gotta be kidding me, Flex Armstrong! Flex Armstrong just attacking a fan in the front row! Dude, I was dying when I was like, what is going on right now? Oh man, that was a while back. That was about a couple of years ago, but it was just like unfortunately the video that I have there's a highlight. It doesn't show the fan. Before that, he throws something at Flex as he's walking away, and then Flex goes, all right, and then he turns around and he comes back and then jaws at him. And then when he decides to go back at him again, he sees out of the corner of his eye the guy takes a big swig of the water and he keeps it in his mouth like. And then as he comes up to him, he realizes the guy's going to spit at him. So he quickly attacks him and shoves him over. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I'm glad. I've always wanted to call a fan assault, and I got to call a fan assault. This is my favorite day of commentary ever. And I think, oh my goodness, what the hell is? You got to be kidding me, Flex Armstrong. That guy went flying backwards. I can't get over it. The referee called for the bell. It's in Lynn Masson. Oh, give me a break. The fan just tried to slap his hand, and now the fan, I think, might have threw something. And I think, oh my goodness! What the hell is? You gotta be kidding me, Flex Armstrong! I like how I never mentioned that the guy clearly like twice did something to Flex. You know what I mean? Like if there was a heel commentator there, he'd be like, he threw something at Flex. What do you want him to do? But no, it was just fucking like the guy fucking went flying, dude. Imagine just that's just too funny, man. I love sharing that one because that's just so funny. What the hell? What was that guy doing?
Yay, Terry's a lot of tag team wrestling, but at least it's not the Usos versus the Bar for the 17th time.
Yeah,
the teams
that's true.
are still fresh for me, so I'm enjoying it.
Movado, thanks, man. Appreciate that, Movado. Yeah, it's still fresh. So, and I think the style is so crazy, right? The AEW style is so free that it won't get as stale anyway because they can do so much that it's not going to be as stale.
I whooped Santa Claus.
It's Christmas time.
Ass. I stunned Santa Claus's ass. I stunned Santa Claus's ass. I stunned his ass. Oh well, yeah.
Why isn't MJF wrestling? Also, your thoughts on NWA Power so far?
New York Giants, Frank87, thanks, man. I think it's because they just don't. They have so much they want to get on TV. They feel like they don't need to put him there. But on top of that, I think also MJF was dealing with an injury. So I don't know if that injury, they're just like, let's take it easy, bro. We need to get all these other people on TV anyway. They're really focused on this tag team tournament right now. You know, once the tag team tournament is over, I would hope that we would only have 1 or 2 tag team matches on the show going forward. I would hope that we wouldn't have 4 tag team matches every show anymore. I just feel like it's way too much at that point. And so hopefully that's, you know, then more guys are going to be able to come out competitively in the singles and do some stuff. And MJF is so wrapped up in this situation right now that he doesn't need to do anything. What he did tonight was perfect. And he had that one match, and, you know, I just don't think that they need him right now to do anything. But I'm at least maybe a dark match coming up or something like that would be nice, I think. Or hopefully, if the other one wasn't a dark match.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly?
Talk NWA in a minute, too.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Dynamite sucked 5/10. I liked the 2 tag tournament matches, Cody's promo main event, but everything else I could not care for. My main complaint is that there is too much wrestling with very few promos, feuds and angles, which is what AEW needs to survive.
Dwayne the Cock Johnson, I agree with you. I'm hoping that they're just at the stages of developing those things. If this is going to be always what we get, though, it's going to not grow the way they want it.
A little bit of the bubbly.
You're dead right, Dwayne. I agree with you. I give it a higher grade, though.
That's it.
Just beat the ever-living shit out of my dick. What's up, guys?
Wow, Sasha's mouth blood. Sasha's mouthblood, good to hear from you, man. Is that because of Sasha, or is that some other reason? I wonder why you're just roasting your meat so deeply and so badly. But what? 606 is on the phone. Hello.
Yo, Joe Cronin, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just checking out the AEW show, man. It was a killer show tonight, bro. I think they have awesome pacing. I think they have amazing pacing. And I do agree with the last comment that was made that there is a whole lot of wrestling, not a whole lot of promos being cut. I mean, Jericho cut that promo with the Inner Circle. That was cool, but I do think they need another guy on the mic. Get another microphone guy.
Yeah, they need some more. It's weird. Somebody just said, "What do I think about NWA?" And one of my problems right now is, I feel like NWA is almost too promo heavy, and it could use a little bit more of a wrestling vibe or something. And I feel like AEW could use a little bit more of a promo vibe, like with somebody coming out and really, cutting it, or they're missing that little bit of energy from a couple guys on the microphone or backstage stuff. They really need that. If they get that, then this will be unbelievable if they can get there with this. But yeah, absolutely.
And I like how it's not so polished up yet. It's still WCW-esque. You know what I'm saying? You got the big guys doing the high spots at the end of the card. You kind of got some lucha, some diversification at the bottom. I think it's nothing but good things from here on out for them.
Yeah,
But they need another big signing, I feel like, and put them on the microphone. I hate to say CM Punk, but if they could get a microphone guy to cut some promos and blend this TV show, with wrestling, tag team wrestling, while they're plugging AEW Dark, I think they can go far, and I think WWE has finally met the next WCW.
Yeah, it feels like it's definitely in that early stages. I wonder where it's going to go, though. I wonder if it's going to stay here for a little bit, go up a little bit, and then if they can really create something big at some point and move up. Because WCW had to do that. This is like WCW before the NWO happened, But when the WCW got the NWO and then got all that other stuff, then it really became something special. But right now it just feels like it's good. It's really good. But I don't think they're not going to get because I would take a win. Dude, if AEW ever got to 3 or 4 million people, that would be amazing. That would be so amazing. That'd be a win, definitely. And I appreciate the call, man. Thank you. And I'm sorry that I hung up on anybody if I cut you off or I missed another point that you might have had. I'm a little bit up against it. I'm going to show some donations now, some super chats that I did not know were not playing. I'm sorry about that. Super chats were still set to my other channel, and I didn't realize that. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I hope you guys subscribe down below, hit the bell. Daily wrestling news, podcasts, everything. I'm live after WWE, AEW, and all this stuff. So I hope you guys can be part of the show every day and you get that reminder. And if you're a patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, you will get the alert there that I'm live usually. So that usually happens, not all the time, but most of the time you get it. I think I didn't even send one out tonight now that I think about it, but okay. So we got super chats that I missed. All right, let me check these out. Let me see which ones I missed here. We got Triple M. Triple M came in. He said, "Love you, Joe. Shout out to Jake. Love you, bro." I thought we did hear that, but I mean, maybe that was somebody else. Haskell 420 says, "Check your Twitter. NXT posted the Balor clip." I'll check that out, Haskell. Corwin Eberly says, "Only liked the opening and the main event, and he gave it a 6 out of 10 with a $2 super chat." Thank you, Corwin Eberly. What's up, Corwin, man? Good to hear from you, man. Longtime sexy man. Why Society AEW is nothing more than overhyped Impact, Ring of Honor reboot, where the guys in charge put themselves over. They do exactly the same stuff as WWE, NXT, or he says WWE, NXT over AEW. That's what Wise Society says. I don't know, man. I don't think they do exactly what WWE does at all. I mean, I agree with you if you think, hey, listen, it's overhyped. I think it's like a 6 out of 10. It's overhyped. But there's no way you think the WWE main roster is better than AEW right now. It's tough. I don't know, man. I have hard time buying into that right now with how bad WWE is. But I get what you're saying, though. Thanks to Wise Society. Haskell says, oops, I saw NXT in the show title. My bad. No, it's okay, man. I was joking with you, man. I was joking, Haskell. I mean, it did spoil it, but I mean, like you said, I expected to find out what happened on NXT tonight because, I figured people would be calling in about it and stuff like that. What did you guys think if you watched both? Did you think NXT was better or AEW? That's the next question I want to get to. What did you guys think? AEW or NXT? Who did you think was better tonight? I'll have my NXT review up tomorrow. Baker sucks. Wow. Ratchet USA says Britt Baker sucks. Wow. John Wills says Prince fucking Devitt is back. Yes. Hopefully, because Balor just smiles now. Balor's always just like with his goofiness. Branulus says, here come all the Vince McMahon marks in the chat. I guess that happened. And that's about it. I think everything else was from earlier today. Thank you guys for those super chats. I'm sorry they didn't play. They are working now, though. If you do super chat in the future, you will see it. A lot of mixed reactions in the chat. NXT, AEW. It's okay to like both, by the way. I'm just saying, which one did you think one was better? You don't have to think one was better. You could have thought they were both equal tonight. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be like, I hate one and love the other. You don't have to be like that. I'm at the point where I like both. Pocket Aces says both AEW and NXT were a 7. I think you might be right. I gave it an 8. I mean, I think I might even lower mine. Yeah, I haven't checked the World Series score yet. What's going on? I mean, I need to go check it out. And I got more donations coming in. Here they are. Or do we have more coming in? I thought we had more donations coming in. My bad. Am I crazy? Why is it so quiet? This is really weird. What is going on right now? Dynamite sucked 5 out of 10. I like the 2 tag team tournament matches. What is going on? Am I missing something?
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Oh, yeah, I saw this one.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Just beat the ever-living shit out of my dick. What's up, guys?
What's going on in Sasha's mouth blood again? I figured out what the problem is. Sorry, I played your donation a second time because I did it by accident, but... All right, I got more donations coming in. I don't know why I had to manually restart them. That's probably because I selected the super chats and put the super chats on. It's probably why that happened. Here we go. God damn this thing. What is it doing to me tonight?
Shit bomb.
Canet is too fat to play tennis.
He's not too fat to swing that racket at somebody's head, though. New York Giants Frank 87. What up? Thanks for the $5 becoming a $5 shit bum. Remember when Sammy Callahan recently spit at him or something like that and he flipped out and he just fucking throws the fucking racket at him? It's you never know if that's real or not. You don't know if Sammy Callahan was like, I'm going to go out and spit on Cornette or whatever. You don't know. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Cornette and that stuff. You don't know what's real there. And that's hilarious to me. Came off hilarious.
Shit bomb.
Listen here, you Eminem wannabe. I'm going to take my tennis racket and shove it up your ass, you Long Island fruitcake.
I'm from Boston.
Nobody listen to this backwards wearing hat piece of crap. Go back to your mommy's basement and learn how to call wrestling match.
Jim Cornette, you son of a bitch. By the way, Jim Cornette, I live in Boston, you idiot. Why don't you go back to Alabama, you fucking baby fucking donkey raping shit eater? Sorry. I just love that South Park movie, dude. Gotta love South Park. I'm gonna watch that tonight.
I've met Jen Sturger, aka Jen Decker. She does backstage interviews for the movie Trivia Schmodown I watch. She's been a sports reporter/interviewer for over 10 years, mainly NFL. Remember the Favre incident when he sent a reporter a dick pic? That was her.
That's right. When you said Jen Sturger, I was like, oh my God. She's the guy he sent the dick pic to, Haskell. Wow. Holy shit. She's good. She's really good. Dude, I didn't even know that was her. Wow. That's awesome. She's fucking hot as hell, and she's really good.
Super chat. Super chat. Don't think my other super chat from earlier played.
It did not, Y Society. I'm sorry, bro. I really am sorry, dude. I'm sorry about that. I'm glad you donated again, though. I appreciate that. I think I'm going to watch South Park tonight. Say what you want about Shoot Podcast. Give no fucks, Cornette, but he's on point on commentary, and Cornette's from Kentucky, just saying. Yeah, I know that. I was fucking making fun of him, you dummy. He thinks I'm from New York. I'm from Boston. So I said he's from Alabama.
Super chat.
Jesus.
Super chat.
Really have to explain this?
Thought you would read it NXT AEW SDL Raw.
Thanks, Y Society. No, I love Jim Cornette on commentary. I don't even care that he hates me. I like Jim Cornette. I still like Cornette. I like him. I'll go up to him at a fucking WrestleCon and I'll attempt to shake his hand and apologize to him. We'll see what he does. He might try to beat me with a tennis racket. I like Cornette because I grew up idolizing that stuff. You know, yeah, sure, I wanted to be Shawn Michaels as a kid and stuff, but really in my head, it was the Jim Cornette guy that I liked. It was the Bobby the Brain Heenan that I liked. Vince McMahon, Jim Ross. It was those guys that I really loved because I grew up wanting to host a radio show, wanting to be a commentator. So those were the guys that I really loved. Dude, I love Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's like one of my all-time favorite guys ever in wrestling. It was so great that I got to meet him not that long ago and have things signed by him and speak with him for a second, or just be able to tell him like what he did. Like, he was my voice, man, the voice in my head when I was a kid, and I loved listening to him call wrestling matches, and I didn't realize how much I did at the time, but later on I would realize that. So I love Jim Cornette too. Love him. He's perfect in NWA. I'm jealous. I wish I was calling with him. I wish that pencil neck geek guy next to him wasn't there and I was there instead. I love Cornette. You know, I think he goes a little too hard, but at the same time, I think it's a work, bro. I think it's a big fucking shoot on purpose on everything. It's a fucking work shoot or some shit. I don't know what he does. I do it too, though. Like, I shit on people like crazy, and I don't mean it half the time. Sometimes I do, but I don't. You know, it's not that serious. You should interview wrestlers in a hot tub. That's a damn good idea. It's a damn good idea. Maybe I should do that. 540, what's up? Oh, we lost him. I got timed out for saying motherfucker. You did, Jake Roberts? That might be YouTube, though. YouTube times people out. Like, there's the YouTube timeouts, and then there's the actual mods. The mods won't really time you out for that. It probably was the YouTube censor. I can't believe they have that, but I guess I turned it off as much as I could. But yeah, it's a little ridiculous sometimes, that censor. It's stupid. Let me see if I can get 721 on the phone. That's 0 for 2 on the phone so far. We're 0 for 2 now. Unbelievable. Let's try again. Let's try, we lost 902. 276, hey.
Hey, Jay, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Thought AEW was a pretty good show tonight. Overall, good wrestling. It was, I didn't ever feel the need to, cut my own head off with my dick like I normally do when I watch Raw.
Super chat.
Could
you read my other SC
But
since
what do you
it
think?
didn't play?
What do you think about the end of NXT, man, with the Balor heel turn?
So I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about it. I like the idea of it, and I did not see it yet, so I can't really say. I mean, it sounds like it's awesome, so I'm pretty excited. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go right to watching that, and I'm gonna do.
Well, shit, it looked good, man. It was nice to see Balor, not coming out there just smiling at everybody. Just like, hey, look at my teeth, brother. He looks real. It looked like, it's like I was talking to my buddy about it tonight about, he's a big Bobby Roode fan, and I told him what was going on at the end of NXT, and I was like, man, just leave it to NXT to actually make me care about somebody that I haven't given a fuck about in 3 years. And then we just started talking about Bobby Roode, and then everybody that we want to come back to NXT because it's nice to care about somebody again. Because on Raw and SmackDown, you just can't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. Everything in NXT, it feels so much better. You're like, Balor's a real guy again. On the main roster, he's a goof. If you combine Balor's Instagram and stuff like that with who he is on the main roster, he just appears to be so lame. But in NXT, like you said, much better. It's great, and I can't wait to watch it. I only saw the first 20 minutes and Matt Riddle's match, and that was pretty good. But yeah, I'll have to give it a review, and it will be up tomorrow because I'm gonna watch it tonight. Probably watch it tonight, then watch South Park, then pass out.
Oh yeah, man. All right, well I'll let you get, man.
All right, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Who just followed me on Twitter? Some guy named Phil followed me, but it ain't the CM Punk Phil. It ain't the CM Punk Phil. I don't expect any. Somebody asked me when the wrestling shows that I was calling are going to come out. I don't expect them to be out until November. Or mid-November, which is crazy. I thought they would be out already by now to promote their next shows that are coming up. But I will be at a show in Hingham, Massachusetts, if you can believe it. My God, Hingham, which is right next to where I used to live. So I started kind of working for this new wrestling company, and they're based out of right where I used to live. And I used to work for Top Rope, who was based out of Fall River, which was an hour drive that way, by the way, where Seansview lives. An hour drive to them. And I was like, it's not that bad. Not that bad of a drive. And then now this company works where I used to live, and now that's an hour drive that way. It's like, God damn it. Can I ever get this right? But whatever. In wrestling, an hour drive is like a 5-minute drive, so that's not that bad. So I think it's, let me just get the info, because, some people were going to come out. I know that one of the things was the Rhode Island show. I saw some people in the Rhode Island show, and that was fun because it was so close. So many people in Connecticut and Rhode Island were able to get out to that one, and it was much appreciated. But let me get it here. I just want to get the right date. Usually these things imprint in my brain, and right now it's just not imprinting for me. It's like November 9th or something like that. Oh, here it is. It's November 9th. God damn me. The fucking website's freezing. That's not good. Saturday, November 9th at the South Shore Sports Center in Hingham, Massachusetts. You can go to NEAllstarWrestling.com, NewEnglandAllstarWrestling.com. It's NEAllstarWrestling.com. Teddy Goods is taking on Little Guido, too. My buddy Teddy Goods going to be there taking on Little Guido. That's always fun, man. It's always fun to see Teddy Goods. Christian Casanova's going to be there. Brutal Bob Evans. The Masshole Mike McCarthy taking on the Champ, Paul Jourdain. It's going to be a big show. in Hingham, Massachusetts. Hope to see you there. Goddamn Hingham. That's out there. It's right near the water. It's right near where I used to live. Could you read my other super chat since it didn't play? I thought I did read it, Wise Society. I read all the super chats. I literally read all the super chats a few minutes ago. I don't have any more. Joe, there's a show this Saturday at Attleboro at the Moose Lodge. Really? Who's doing that show? Who the hell's putting that on? Attleboro at the Moose Lodge? Wrestling? Can you tell me who that is? Little Guido was with Tommy Dreamer a little while back with it, too. Who's putting on that show at the Moose Lodge? Attleboro, goddamn. I can't find it. I'm trying to look it up. What's up, Mike? Let me see here. At the Moose Lodge. Yeah. You just gotta tell me. You gotta tell me who it is, though. Like, who's putting it on? Is Top Rope putting it on? It's not Top Rope, is it? Because I know that they were going somewhere recently. They're wrestling some. They're having a match. They're having an event somewhere. I can't remember where it is, but it's somewhere. Somewhere different than they normally go, I believe. And they don't normally go to Attleboro, so maybe it's them. I'm not calling it. I know that, obviously. 601's on the phone. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Joe Compton, how you doing?
What's up, man?
I'm a girl.
What was that?
I said I'm a woman.
Oh, what's up, woman?
Do you think Randy Orton is gonna do what Rick Rude did and show up at show up in AEW?
Holy shit, your phone is jacked up. That's why I can't tell if you're a man or a woman. It sounds like you're calling from planet fucking alien. My bad. Your phone's...
Sorry.
It's okay. Hold on a minute. Wow, that was weird. Yeah, no, go ahead. Try now. Wow, something's... God damn it. Some dialing sound or some fucking static sound just blew my head off. God damn. I don't know what was wrong with that phone, but Jesus. Holy Mother of God. Holy Mother of God. Jesus Christ, that was crazy. That was weird. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if I was talking. Honestly, I couldn't tell if that was like a 13-year-old boy or if that was a woman. But the fucking phone was all jacked up, so I couldn't really fucking tell anything. Holy shit, man. What in the world? By the way, I played my first 2K20 game earlier. Played the first 2K20 game. Check it out. It's the Iron Man, everybody.
Iron Man Tony
Look at
making his way out here, and these guys are... People in this crowd are so pumped up for Tony. Always a huge crowd favorite here. Ready to snap suplex.
Look at Iron Man.
Knock the wind out of X-Pac.
Iron Man.
Ooh, another stomp to the midsection by Iron Man. Devastating there. What is Iron Man looking for? Iron Man's got a sledgehammer. Iron Man just... Oh, no, my God! To the back of the heel. Look out. Oh, no. Thank goodness X-Pac blocked it.
That game is so fucking hilariously ridiculous. I can't believe it. I can totally see how there's major issues because, like, you can see how floppy the characters are at times. I'm just praying for a glitch, like a mega glitch that's just amazing that will go like super viral. Like I'm just playing it based off of that. And I want to thank Madison Rex for getting me WWE 2K20, all because he was cool enough to tweet me with the 2K people. So thank you very much to WWE 2K for sending me a copy of the game because of him. Appreciate that, because I probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise. So thank you to WWE 2K Games. He didn't invite me to any of the wrestling shows and all that, but that's okay. I'll take it. Appreciate it. I will play it. I'll enjoy it. I almost want to get it for the glitches. Like, people are always like, oh, the game's broken. Fuck your liking. God damn it. You piece of shit assholes. I'm like, let's go. Like, I hope somebody fucking disappears into the fucking ladder. Like, I hope, you know what I mean? Like, I think, I saw some of the funniest fucking glitches. In fact, let's go take a look at some of the glitches now that I saw earlier today, because they were pretty goddamn funny to me. So let's just take a look at some of these. Some of these you might have seen. Some of these maybe not. But either way, I'm going to have a good laugh. And I'm sure you will too. Here we go with the first one. It's looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill one. Just going to the ring there. Oh! No! Where'd she go? Holy shit! Look at Paige. Oh, she just went into another dimension! I've seen this before. Oh, there she is! Good God! This might be my favorite one ever. Right here, this one. Look at this. Oh, this is... I just want everybody to realize, this is Money in the Bank. This is the Money in the Bank ladder match, where you have to climb to the top of the ladder and pull down the Money in the Bank from the top to become the Money in the Bank holder. Kevin Owens with a stunner. Then they show him all the money.
Impressive showing for the win tonight.
Oh my God, dude. Oh man. Oh man, that's funny. Oh, it's fake. I had a feeling it might be fake, so I went and looked down in the bottom, because you can customize matches. You can customize matches. So I had a feeling about that just now. So I went down to the comments, and look at that. The comments are saying Universal Mode, Money in the Bank match. No changes made to match. Only change to Universal Mode was placing everyone on their current roster. Hope everyone has a great day. I don't know. This guy says it's not fake, but this guy says it is. I don't know. I guess the guy could have faked it to get views, but he says he didn't. I mean, either way, even if it's not faked, why is that? What the guy pins the guy, then it shows him on top of the ladder like, I got the fucking Money in the Bank. That's just dumb anyway. But I wouldn't be surprised with this game, right? I mean, come on. This was pretty funny. The Dolph Ziggler Super Matrix kick. Look out!
Oh.
This guy's reaction is great.
Und jetzt Dropkick. Oh, für das wieder gut aussieht. Wow! Hoppala! Was ein Dropkick! Was ein...
Dude, he turns into one of those anime guys.
Hoppala!
Jesus Christ. That's pretty fucking funny too. That. Oh my God. Joey Janela. I guess that's all I tweeted. There's some more Tommy. The new donation. I thought I tweeted more of them. This is pretty funny. Who the hell sent me this? Julius Wright. Do you smell what The Rock is smoking? What the fuck? Writer's Paradise. I miss Writer's Paradise. Let's listen to it. Fuck it.
You and your tag the script real quick to something he would have said. Cause I've been writing and thinking so long that even Kevin Dunn thinks my mind is gone. But I ain't never wrote a script that McMahon deserted. That's why he likes my ideas. I'm like character murder. You better watch out your bitching and all your moaning, or you and your tag team might be off the program. I really hate the trip, but I gotta survive. Wanna end up taking dives on 205 Live. I'm the only writer Dewey Foley wants to be like, writing poo-poo jokes and Dave Pooper Scooper in the street light. I've been sucking dick all night, living in the writer's paradise. I write scripts, these things are nice, pray that he won't fire me tonight. I've been sucking dick all night, writing in the writer's paradise. Scripts, Vince thinks are nice. Pray that he will fire me tonight. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't write a normal script. I'm handcuffed by the boss, so I gotta be down with the Vince theme. Too many 90s promos got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated buck with no background in this. Should have been living in LA writing Hollywood scripts. I'm a low-key mark, never step foot in the ring, but I'm writing good shit for the king of this thing, fool. Ratings are crashing here every day. I'm writing shit for a retard. What can I say? 23 now, but will I work here when I'm 24? The way things is going, I don't know. Tell me why is he so blind to see that the things he likes has ruined this company? I've been sucking dick all night, living in the writer's paradise. I write scripts, when things are nice, pray that he will fire me tonight. I've been sucking dick all night, living in the writer's paradise. I write scripts, when things are nice, pray he won't fire me tonight. Power in the money, your money in the power. Minute after minute, fucking hour after hour. Everybody's bitching, some of them are stitches going on in Gorilla, and some leak this to Meltzer. Say I'm
Man, the full version of that, of course, as always, has been available on Patreon for a while. You can still download the audio version on Patreon, play the full clip later on. But let's not forget what Road Dogg told me when he saw that. Shout out to Road Dogg. Love you, buddy, even though, Road Dogg, I know you don't like my criticisms, but, oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody. Let's go take a look at what Mr. Road Dogg said about my video. Oh, Road Dogg, Mr. Brian James, Bullet Bob Armstrong's son, I love you. Road Dogg, Jesse James. Clever, Joe, but not really. You limit your audience when you work blue. Take the extra creative step and try doing it without being rated R. It's so easy to dog the writers, isn't it? Yeah. I thought you were smarter than that. Set him up, Joe. Road Dogg, let me tell you something, Road Dogg. You know me. I was fucking dogging Vince mostly. I literally was being sarcastic saying there's nothing you can do to write for this fucking company because Vince will fuck it up. That was at the beginning of the song. Hey, I wrote something awesome, Vince, so fuck it. I better just write what he wants after all that. Like, I thought it was pretty well, explained at the beginning and multiple times in the thing. But, hey, I appreciate the criticism from Road Dogg, man. I get it. And I think he's right. If I worked a little bit harder, I could have made it more PG for everybody. And then maybe I would lose ratings just like your show. But I don't know. I just felt like doing it the way I did it, and go fuck yourself. No, I love you, Road Dogg. I'm kidding. I love you, Road Dogg. I really do, man. And thank you for everything you did for me in the past. I really do appreciate it, man. I do. But I have no time to fuck around anymore. I have no filter any longer. I am not beating around the bush anymore. I will say what I say. Working blue is like when you work very crass with fucked up shit and swears and it's rated R basically. Like rated R or beyond rated R would be like working blue. It's something they say in comedy, I guess. Soundwave. That's all it means. That's why he like restated it later on. It's like saying, you know, I'm saying cunt and retard and, you know, all that shit. That's the stuff he's talking about. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand what Matt said. But it is what it is. That being said, I think that AEW tonight was probably an 8. I think tonight was about an 8 or a 7.5 or something like that. You know, could be a little bit harder on it. The 2K draft, the 2K graphics are weird. Like some of the in-game motion graphics look really good. Like the game looks realer at times, but then with all the glitches, it looks super stupid. And then the in-game like photos and some of the characters, they look super fake, like fucking terrible. It looks like you're playing fucking like WWE Here Comes the Pain or something like that from back in the day. Like some of the characters look like shit. Like they don't even, it's unbelievable. But you know, there's some things that look better, and then there's some things that look way worse, and you're like, what are they doing? Now, I believe the people that used to design the engine for the game left. Ukes or whatever, they left. So there's some kind of major issue there. So they're clearly working through something. So I would just say that, you know, while it is a different game though. It's a little, not really, but it's a little bit of a different game. It's not that different, but there's a little bit of a difference to it. There's a feeling of anything can happen, and I like that. I mean, it's not good when the game completely glitches and fucks you over, but there is more of a feeling of randomness to it that I like. But the game last year definitely felt more perfected and definitely felt more like it was well polished compared to this, and the individual wrestling superstars looked a lot better. But then there's like split screen in this that I don't remember seeing before. There's some other things that I like. So it's weird. It's like 50-50. It's like 50% of the game I think is a little bit better, and then 50% of the game is like way worse. And it's like, what the hell happened? So this is like a bridge year, no doubt, for WWE 2K. But can't say I would have played it or bought it had they not given it to me. So maybe give it a try. The graphics went from ukes to yikes. That's pretty funny. Kevin Hiob, I might have said your last name wrong. I'm sorry. I love AEW, but Cody's going to bring out the 63-year-old DDP, really? Yeah, I mean, it's nostalgia, and that's part of his family and everything, so I get it. It makes sense. He's got to get some younger guys, though. Jericho does. Jericho's got goddamn Sammy Guevara out there with his fucking tongue. But anyway, Joey Janela and Omega were great. I think that was my favorite match of the night, just because I like where their sort of story is going as far as in-ring wrestling story. They don't really have an outside story whatsoever. I felt like, you know, some of the stuff has cooled down a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Like what happened to Jon Moxley and Omega? What happened to that? It like took a whole back seat tonight. I feel like what the hell? And instead we get Pac versus Jon Moxley, and it feels like now they're going with Pac and Moxley because they've been building more. It's like Moxley and Omega were supposed to go at it, and then there's a derailment, and now it's full on towards Moxley with Pac, and now I feel like I didn't care as much, so now I'm caring a little bit, but now they've got something going on. Well, the other thing was never resolved, which is fine, but like it's just that part of it. Maybe they decided, listen, Joey Janela and Omega have got something going on. Let them go at it. We don't really want to put Moxley with Omega because they're both faces right now. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I'm missing something. Are they wrestling at Full Gear? I don't even know. Johnny Gargano made that DDT look devastating tonight. Yeah, man, there was some really epic stuff on NXT. What I can say tonight is if you missed AEW, you got to go watch AEW. If you missed NXT, you got to go watch NXT. Tonight, I feel like we were fulfilled with our wrestling. We really were, man. We were filled up tonight, at least with 6 and 7 or 8s out of 10s, if not something else. And that's better than what WWE had been giving us. But anyway, that's all the time I have tonight, guys. More stuff coming to the Patreon. I heard that the Morning Madness didn't get uploaded. I'm uploading it now, right now. And more is coming for that as well. And I'll have my NXT, AEW Dark, and NWA reviews coming tomorrow right here on the Joe Cronin Show. Hope you guys subscribe if you're brand new. Leave a comment down below later. Hit the like button. Check out my friends at TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Use coupon code CORONIN, and you'll get 50% off for 3 months. Thank you. They've said we've had a great amount of support over there, so continue doing that. Go over there. Thousands of wrestling videos, shoot videos all around the U.S. and the world. And what am I, Andre Corbeil? What the fuck? Worldwide. Whatever the fucking you Canadian fuck. Anyway, Andre, what's up, bro? Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere, the wrestling podcast, live at 11 p.m. here, plus all the news in the daytime on the Joe Cronin Show. Where is my buddy, the man that's debuting soon? Where is he? Where is Wardlow? That's not Wardlow. Where's Wardlow? Fuck. Take me out, Wardlow. Take me out, Wardlow, you big bastard. You big AEW bastard.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Here's a clip from...
Listen up, slap nuts. This is the king of the mountain.
Listen up, slap nuts. I miss you, Jeff Jarrett.
Listen up, slap nuts. This is the king of the mountain, Jeff Jarrett, the founder and CEO of Global Force Wrestling.
Whoops.
And you're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. Listen.
My name is Jeff.
Everybody follow me on Twitter right now. We're going to go on Twitter and harass people. Let's go at CorruptedPod. At CorruptedPod on Twitter. Come to my Twitter. Let's play tonight.